Hi everyone, this is Atomy Eddie, and in today's lesson, I'm going to show you how to never waste your PV again and to maximize it as much as possible. So we will learn how to order correctly from your downline. Now we're going to go through a couple of exercises. It is very important that you have learned the compensation plan to understand these examples. So let's start with the easy one. Example 1. Example 1 shows that I have 300,000 points in my ID, 290,000 on my left, and 300,000 on my right. The question is, do I make commission? The answer, no, we do not make any commission yet because my left side is not yet 300,000 PV. Now, the good thing about Atomy is that the points will not reset every day. As you see here, whenever you buy something, your PV will remain in your ID forever, and your left and right PV will remain until you hit your commission. Whether it takes 1 month or 1 year, it really doesn't matter. It will wait for you until you hit 300,000 points each side. Let's have a look at example 2. In this case, we can see that I have 300,000 points in my ID, 300,000 on my left, and 345,000 on my right side. Will I receive commission? Yes, because I've hit that 300,000 each side, I have hit grade 7 and will receive around £40. If you are in a different country, you can convert the currency. Now, what will happen the next day? Your left and right will reset back to 0 because you've hit that commission. If both sides reach 300k again, you will hit another commission, and the next day it will reset back to 0. Simple. Now you guys are wondering, what about this 45,000 points extra? These extra points will not remain and will be reset back to 0, and we call this a flush out. So do not worry, as I'm going to show you how to avoid flush out as much as possible. Let's have a look at example 3. You can see here that I have 700,000 points in my ID, on my left 650,000, and on my right 720,000 points. So will I make commission? And how much commission will I make? Grade 7 or grade 6? Now, I will make commission because I hit over 300,000 each side, but because I haven't hit 700k each side, I will make the lower grade of grade 7, and my left and right will reset back to 0 the next day. In a situation like this, where it's very close to grade 6, what I would do is I would try to create sales on my left side and to make sure to put the PV in before the next day, so that I am able to hit grade 6. So this is why it is very important to check my own PV and my partner's PV every single day so that we do not miss out on commissions. You wouldn't want to miss out on a higher commission because of a small amount of PV. Let's have a look at example 4. Let's say I need to buy something. But where do I buy from? Should I buy from my own ID? Or should I buy from my left or my right side? Now, the answer is my left side. Now, there is no point of me buying from my right side because it is over 300k already. If I buy from my own ID, it doesn't really help me to get a commission because I have 300k, which is enough for me to qualify for a commission. But if I buy from my left side, it will help me towards getting me that grade 7. Okay. Let's have a look at example 5. This is going to be more advanced. Now, let's say I want to purchase 100,000 PV worth of products. And I know that I need to buy from my left side because it is not yet 300,000 PV. But think about it. If I just purchase the whole 100k PV, it will end up my left being 380,000 PV. And my 80,000 will be flushing out. So what do I do? Now in Atomy, we are very lucky because the chairman has created an amazing function, and this is what I like to call a time machine. When you are buying a product, you will see this section. sales date. And when you click on it, you will see a drop-down menu which shows you yesterday, today, and tomorrow. What does it mean? It means that I can put the PV on whichever date I want to. So what I would do is I would split the 100k PV into two different orders. I will split it as close to as possible to 20k for today and 80k for tomorrow. So this ensures that today, if I put in the 20k, I will receive my grade 7. And because I put the 80k tomorrow, it will be part of tomorrow's PV and I will not flush out. Now, when you use this function, it doesn't mean that the order will be shipped out by Atomy the next day. It will be shipped out on the same day. It just means that the PV is put into the date that is convenient for you to get the commission. And the chairman has created this for us to get as much commission as possible. Now, one very important thing to note is that everything is done at Korea time 12 o'clock. So the date will change according to Korea. So for example, I'm in the UK and it is still the 28th. But on the system, it shows that 28th is yesterday. And I can no longer see 27th. It means right now, Korea is past 12 o'clock. It is 29th. And for them, yesterday is 28th. So depending on where you are living, make sure you know what time it is in Korea and that it resets at 12 o'clock midnight Korea time. So let's have a look at some example of commissions that I received back in October 2021. Now we can see at the bottom 18th. On the 18th, my sales were 690,000 on my left, 313,000 on my right. Total will give us 690,000, 313,000. I hit over 300k each side and I hit grade 7. The next day, we start again. On this day, my sales were 62,000 and my right side 304,000. So total 62,000, 304,000. However, as I did not reach 300,000 on my left side, which is not enough for grade 7, it is forwarded. You see here forwarded. It is forwarded to the next day, the exact same points. And it will show that I am under, meaning that I am under the requirement for a commission. So the next day, we can see here, 62,000 has been forwarded. It says previous, so coming from the previous day, 62,000, and right side 304,000. Now, on this date, I had sales of 700,000 on my left and 94,000 on my right. So yesterday's PV plus today's PV will give me the total 700,000 on my left, 398,000 on my right. Now, because I haven't hit 700,000 on my right side, I still hit grade 7. So you can also check your commission on the general commission page in your My Office, and I recommend that you check this on a regular basis. Now, let's have a look at example 6. It is much more complicated situation. I want to buy some products, 80,000 PV, and I know I need to buy from my left side because it is not yet 300,000. But which ID on my left side do I buy from? On my left, there are many IDs like you see here. I put C for consumers, okay? So do I just buy from the top one or do I just pick a random one? What I need to do is buy from the ID of the first strong active distributor. Very important. First strong active distributor who is doing the Atomy business with me. And in this case, it is Jenny. So I will ignore all of the consumers in between and buy from Jenny's account because it will help her to quickly reach her ID to 300,000 for her own commissions. And it will also give me extra PV on my left side as I am buying from my left side. So make sure to understand this is a partner success business. So you want to go and buy from the ID of the first strong distributor. But here is another situation. What if Jenny has hit 300,000 already, like you see here? What do I do? What I need to do is I would log into Jenny's account and check her left and right PV. So if I check her left and right PV, here is the situation. I can see she has over 300,000 PV on her right side, so I would not buy from there. I would buy from Jenny's left side because Jenny's left side is 150,000 PV. So, like before, I will ignore all of the consumers in between and buy from the first strong distributor of Jenny, that is Tom. So, with just one purchase, how many people have benefited? Tom gets help with his own PV, Jenny gets help with her left PV, and you get help with your left PV as well. So with one purchase, 3 people have benefited. This is what we call partner success. We go right down to the bottom of the lineage to benefit as much people as possible. Now, it may take some time to log in and check everyone's left and right PV, but how amazing is that to benefit others working hard as well as benefiting yourself? So even all the Imperial Masters will go all the way down from the bottom and purchase, benefiting thousands of people with just one purchase. Now let's have a look at the last example, example 7. I need to buy 300,000 PV, and I can see that I need to buy from my left side. So I check my left side, and I can see this is the situation. Jenny has 150,000 and also Tom has 150,000. So I decide to split my purchase into 2, 150,000 on Jenny's account and 150,000 on Tom's account. So this will allow Jenny to become 300,000 each side and get her commission. But here is the question. Which ID do I put the order in first? Do I put it in Jenny's first or do I put it in Tom's first? And does it matter? Yes, it does matter. Here is what happens. If I put 150,000 into Tom's first, Jenny will reach 300,000 on her left and right, but because her ID is not 300,000 yet, she will receive grade 8 commission, which is only £14. However, if I made the purchase in Jenny's account first, I put the 150,000 in Jenny's account first, her ID will become 300,000 first, and when I put the rest of 150,000 in Tom's account, with that, she will receive grade 7 because her own ID is 300k first. And with the same amount of PV, Jenny will receive £40 instead of £14. So it is very important that I help my distributors to reach 300,000 in their ID first before their left and right reaches 300,000 PV. Now, the problem is, if I put in the 300,000 PV all on the same day, my left and right will become 450,000 and 330,000. It means that I will flush out a lot on my left side. So what do? Then, in a situation like this, I put 150k in Jenny's account for yesterday, allowing me to hit 300k each side and getting my grade 7. And then I can put 150k in Tom's account for today's sales, meaning I won't be flushing out that 150k PV extra. So situations like this may seem very difficult at first, but as you grow in your business in Atomy, it will become second nature to you and it will become very, very easy. So make sure you are checking to maximize commission as much as possible for yourself and for your partners. Now, tips and tricks to maximize PV. Number 1, I must change to distributor to start earning left and right PV. If you are not a distributor, even if you have 1 million PV or 1 million people joining you, you will not earn any commissions. Number 2, get my ID up to a maximum of 300,000 PV to earn as much as possible. After my ID is 300,000, I buy from my left or my right for my commissions. And then, whenever I need to buy something, I buy from my first strong distributor to get them to 300k. And if they are already 300,000 points, I will check the left and right and buy from the side that needs PV. And it is very important that you must make use of the sales date in order to not waste PV and avoid flush out as well. So this was your lesson today. I hope that you share with your downlines so that they also maximize from their PVs and not to waste anything. So this was Atomy Eddie. Please like and subscribe and let me know, was this useful for you? please write down in the comments below. Thank you for listening.